Recently, we all assisted to the destruction of the Notre Dame of Paris in a fire. Fortunately, the stained glass windows survived, but were damaged by the heat. They have to be consolidated and probably have to be dismantled and restored. But these windows are 900 years old, so before we start to work with them, we need to understand how they were made. Most of the current analytical techniques used to study cultural heritage are complex, time-consuming, and destructive. They require, for example, that you have to cut a sample or bring the object to a lab, and that's far from ideal, especially when you are working with large and fragile windows. That's why we need non-destructive methods to date and to understand the manufacturing process of our cultural heritage materials. An alternative is photonics, the science of light. Light gives us new possibilities to study stained glass windows. When you illuminate an object, the light you shine on it can be absorbed, transmitted, and reflected. For example, if you see this glass red and transparent, it's because all the light, but not the red light, is absorbed. The red light is transmitted and reflected to your eyes. Instead, if I illuminate it with blue light, which does not contain any red light, everything is absorbed. These phenomena occur because the matter is using light energy for internal reaction at the electronic level. Thus, the transmitted light and its properties are linked to the composition of the matter. In my PhD, I used this method to study in situ 15th and 16th century stained glass windows. I worked in the Art and History Museum of Brussels and on the Vlesses collection of the Mass Museum in Antwerp. I measure the transmitted lights, and it helps me to find back the composition and the production technology of the glass. With this data, I can retrieve the dating and then identify unauthentic pieces or previous restoration parts. So, by using light, you can get a fast, cheap, and non-destructive tool to date and authenticate historical glasses and protect our heritage. And this will help conservators to make the best choices to restore windows like the ones in the Notre Dame.